What up, y'all boys? It's your boy CG. It's me. Y'all already know the deal, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back with some more heat. So before we even get started and dive into this very, very, very important topic, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Smash the like button. Send me to the freaking moon, y'all. Without further ado, let's get right into this topic. So, bro, these things are keeping you broke. These things are keeping you flat broke. These things are keeping you stuck. These things are keeping you stagnant. Now, before we dive into this, bro, I had one of my subscribers shoot me a message on Instagram and say, yo, CG, bro, how can I start leveling up? You know, I've seen how much progress you've made in such a short amount of time, and I want to know how to improve my life. So I'm going to give you guys a list of things and take what you want. I hope one of them at least applies to your life, if not all of them. Number one, cut the alcohol and cut the weed. Like Stephen A. Smith says, stay away from the weed. Bro, right? I had a good conversation with this with my cousin, bro, right? So we know a few people now that I know somebody that spends upwards of $400 a week on weed, bro. So think about this for a second. One, I don't believe you should smoke weed because it dulls you between the ears, bro. It dulls your mindset. It dulls your creativity, bro. It makes you stagnant with being in a bad situation, bro. You're so motivated all day. You're sober. You're motivated. You smoke a little weed after work. You're like, I don't want to work on my business. Let me play some video games and order some pizza, and it'll be a good night. You know what I'm saying, bro? So weed dulls your creativity. Weed dulls your edge, bro. Especially, too, if you're working in sales, if you're a content creator, if you're, on the phone with people all the time and you need to have good communicative skills and you need to be sharp between the ears, bro, weed dulls you. You know what I'm saying? You're like, you're like a brain dead zombie when you're high. So I don't believe you should smoke weed to begin with. But two, like I was saying, cut the weed, cut the alcohol, cut the BS. Because think about it like this, bro, right? Like, I just got to get back on track. I had a good conversation with my cousin about this, is that we know somebody who spends upwards of $400 a week on weed. That's over that's $1,600 a month, bro. That's a whole rent payment on a decent apartment. That's a car payment. You feel what I'm saying? Think about how much better things you could flip that $1,600 into $3,200 if you manage it right. But people don't think like that. People think short-term gratification, bro. If you want to get rich and you want to progress, you need to think long-term gratification. But people get so caught up in the instant hit, the instant fix, or trying to dull their pain and run away from their situation. So I'll smoke a little weed and I'll numb my situation. I'll smoke a little weed and I'll be cool with this bad situation. So cut the weed and cut the BS, because even if you go to a dispensary and you buy an eighth for, like, I don't even know what eighths are going for nowadays, 35, 40, whatever they're going for. You smoke an eighth in maybe, I don't know, a few days, whatever. And if you're constantly doing it and it becomes a vice, it's a bad vice that you need to cut out. Because like I said, bro, you spend $400 a week being generous, like just a base number so I can do math in my head, because y'all know I'm not very good at math. You spend $400 a week on weed. That's $1,600 a month. That's whatever a year, bro. That's a lot of bread that you're spending on something that doesn't benefit your life. You feel me? So cut the BS, cut the weed, cut the substances, bro. Even the people that go out and they binge drink, bro. Every weekend they're going out binge drinking to the bars, which is going to lead me into my next topic. But two, cut the cut the alcohol, bro. One, alcohol makes you fat. It kills your testosterone. Once again, it kind of how do I word this? It makes you run away from your feelings. You know what I'm saying? So when you drink and you're in a bad situation and you're not emotionally capable or ready of drinking, it just takes the edge off. Once again, it dulls you from feeling whatever you need to feel, bro. Because I really believe that all these people that are going out partying in the Matrix 3, 4, 5, 6 days a week, 5, 6 days a week, they're all just in a bad situation. You feel what I'm saying? So I just saw somebody I knew on the road, which is mad funny. So bro, you want to cut the alcohol too, because think about it like this, bro, right? You go out and you spend, I'll just be generous and say even $50 a night on drinks, right? Because think about it like this too. This is all going to lead me to my next topic, so stay with me, bro. You go out and you spend even $50 a night on drinks, bro, right? You go out 3 nights a week, that's $150. Thursday, Friday, Saturday night. Being generous is $150 a week. That's 15 times 4. That's like what, $450, $460 a month. That adds up quick, bro. I know it's only $400 and I know it's only $50 and I know this and I know it's that, but that shit compounds over time, bro. You feel what I'm saying? It compounds, bro. All that money compounds, bro. Your decisions compound, bro. Dumb shit leads to dumb shit. Your decisions have consequences, bro. So think about it like this. Now, let's talk about the people who binge drink, bro. They go out for Wine Wednesdays. They go out for Thirsty Thursdays. They go out for whatever on Fridays and whatever on Saturdays, Frisky Fridays, whatever they call it. You know what I'm saying? All these people go out and they spend $75 a night. Now they're going 4 nights a week, bro. And on top of that, bro, this is going to lead me to my next topic, bro. Ass chasing, bro. You guys are dumping money in the women that don't care about you, bro. Get a woman that's going to level your life up, bro. But back to what I was saying is number 2 and number 3, bro. You guys go out every single weekend, bro. You're hanging out with losers, bro. You're hanging out with the absolute bottom of the barrel losers, bro. You're going to the bars. You're hanging out with the same kids from high school, bro. How are you going to grow if you do the same thing every single weekend, bro? How are you going to grow if you go out and go to the same bar in the same neighborhood, see the same kids from high school, see the same girls, drink the same drink, sit in the same spot, wear the same fit every single weekend, 3 days a week? How are you going to grow? You're not. You feel me? You're not. So you really just got to elevate yourself, bro. You got to separate to elevate. And that's going to keep up. I'm going to keep on this topic, bro, right? So now think about it like this. You go out, you buy drinks, bro, and up where I'm from, bro, in East Greenwich, Rhode Island, I shouldn't even really say where I'm from, but y'all already know. You can just Google it. You feel what I'm saying? I'm on rosters and stuff. But anyway, it's $13 a drink, right? For a cocktail, right? For a regular drink. I call it a cocktail. I'm kind of old school. But $13 a drink for a cocktail. Right now, you guys are going out ass chasing. You're going out trying to get girls and pick up girls and do this and do that. That $13 turns into $26 real fast. And on top of that, if you guys are buying shots, you're buying rounds, that 13 turns into 15. That 15 turns into 30 and 45 real quick. So now I was being generous with $50, but now that night turns to 100 and you're doing that 3 nights a week. 369, that's not, that's, I'm so bad at math, bro. I'm literally just blanking. But even if you spend 100 a night and you go out 3 nights a week, bro, you're literally working to feed your substances. You're literally working a 9 to 5, which you trade your dreams for a 9 to 5, but you're working a 9 to 5. You're working in the matrix for someone else, for a dickhead boss, for somebody that you don't like, for somebody that doesn't like you, for somebody that with gossiping coworkers, bro. You're slaving your life away, miserable. Then you go out to the bar to try to get a fix, to try to get a high. You're buying weed to get the high. You're buying drinks and going out ass chasing with girls to get the high. Then you have to pay for cover to get in the bar. And you bought some weed. You bought think about it like this. You buy an eighth to go out, $35, right? You pay for cover to get in the bar, that's $10 to $20. Then you buy drinks, say $50 a pop, bro. You just spent $100, bro. You do that 3-4 nights a week, that's $400 a week, $300 a week, $200 a week. That's $800 a month. It's almost $1,000 a month that you could have extra in your pocket to flip. And I know we're talking like $1,000 isn't a lot of money, bro. But for some of you guys, it is. It's still a lot of money for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm stingy. You feel me? Any money's a lot of money for me. You know what I'm saying? I want it all. I want to hoard it and spend it and stack it. Watch it grow. So everything compounds is what I'm trying to say, bro. Dumb shit leads to dumb shit. And everything compounds, bro. You feel what I'm saying? So you guys want to talk about elevating, bro, but you guys literally do the same thing every single weekend, bro. You're scared to take the risk. You're scared to quit your job. Don't get me wrong now. Don't quit your job and be a content creator. You need to have cash flow coming in. That's the other thing that you guys mess up on. I know I talk about that I'm against 9 to 5s. Not that I'm against 9 to 5s, but I'm against a lifestyle that you need to live to have that, bro. Like, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with the 9 to 5, bro. Not everyone is made for the online money. Not everyone is made to be a pro athlete, a rapper, a baller, a businessman. You know what I'm saying? Not everyone is made for that. So 9 to 5s are fucking great. You know what I'm saying? I worked plenty of 9 to 5s, bro, and I'm 24 years old. You know what I'm saying? But you trade the 9 to 5 for your dreams. What I'm not okay with the 9 to 5 is the stagnation that it brings. Because you have to work for someone that's telling you what to do, some dickhead boss. You don't have any time, any freedom. The real wealth isn't the money that you get from being an entrepreneur. The real wealth you have is the freedom to wake up when you want, to go to the gym when you want, to make content when you want, to chill when you want, to go fishing when you want, to go on a hike when you want. The real wealth is the freedom that you get. You feel me? So That's what you guys should be chasing. Not even so much the money, but the lifestyle and the freedom. But you guys can't get the freedom if you don't have any cash flow, because then you're just a bum with freedom. You feel what I'm saying? You want to be valuable and have freedom. So before you quit your job and go fully into online money, before you quit your job and go into something else, before you quit your job and be a full-time content creator, bro, make sure you have cash flow coming in. It's completely stupid to quit your job. I'm thinking about picking up another job right now. You know what I'm saying? So like, you always got to be having cash flow coming in until your business is self-sufficient, bro. That's the thing. A lot of you guys want to quit and shoot yourself in the foot, and then you're trying to start a business with no money coming in. You know what I'm saying? And another thing too that you can use to elevate, bro, like I always say, bro, is like dumb shit leads to dumb shit, and all decisions have some type of implication, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you guys can't be making stupid choices, bro. Spending extra money on girls that don't care about you, ass chasing, going out, this, that, quitting your job when you don't need to. Here's the other thing that I'm going to leave you with, bro. Other than the mindset that you get from going to the same place, doing the same thing, hanging out with the same losers that haven't grown, like, bro, you see those people, and I know y'all know them, and you see them, those people that you've known since high school. They have the same haircut, they look exactly the same, they wear the same thing, they drive the same car, they do the same thing, they're in the same job since high school, the same job since college, they go to the same bar, bro. Those people are NPCs. You don't want to be around them people. Yeah, laugh at them, chill with them, whatever, hoo hoo ha ha. But at the end of the day, you got to know that if they haven't grown in 4 or 5 years, 6 years, bro, they're not going to grow at all, and they're stuck in that loop. So you don't want to be around that, because you are who you hang with, bro. If you hang out with 6 broke boys, I guarantee you're going to be the 7th. If you hang out with 6 losers, I guarantee you're going to be the 7th. You know what I'm saying? So you need to be very, very specific of who you hang out with and protect your energy, because negativity is very, very, very sticky. You know what I'm saying? You hang out with people that you talk about wanting to start a business, and they're like, you know, what if it doesn't work? This, that. Bro, what if it does? What if we get rich from this shit? You feel what I'm saying? What if we get rich? You feel what I'm saying? But people don't think like that. People don't think positively. They think negatively. Negativity is very, very, very sticky, and it will bring you down, whether it's your family, whether it's your friends, with anybody, bro. Negativity and stagnation is very, very, very sticky. And fear keeps you stagnant, because they're so bent on consuming the fear that keeps them stagnant. So you don't want to hang out with those people, because that shit will keep you poor. That mindset, being scared to take risks, being scared to spend money, will keep you poor. Another thing, too, that I won't hang out with dudes that are scared to spend money. We go out and won't hang out with them, bro. Can't be cheap, bro. Because when you're cheap, you're telling God that you don't think you're capable of making more money. Never, ever, ever want to do that. The last thing I'm going to leave you with is that, like I said, that mindset is very, very, very sticky. Negativity is very, very, very sticky. That shit will keep you poor. Fear will keep you poor. Then the last thing I'm going to leave you with is, a lot of you guys are too arrogant to work a regular job. A lot of you guys are too arrogant to DoorDash after your shift. A lot of you guys are too arrogant to pick up an extra job, to work 2 jobs. A lot of you guys are too arrogant to pick 1 job, bro, to work 1 job. How can you be arrogant and you're broke? Keep the arrogance for when you get rich. Humble yourself, bro. The reason why you're poor, bro, and the reason why you're in a bad situation in life is because you're either stupid, arrogant, or lazy. I know a kid that's too stupid to make money. He's like, I know a kid that's too dumb to make money. Try to put him on game, and he's just completely fried between the ears, bro. So he's too stupid to make money. But there's very, very, very few people that are too stupid to make money. Cardi B is probably dumber than both you guys watching this video right now, and she's loaded. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's not that you're too stupid. Most of y'all are either too arrogant or too lazy. You're too lazy because after your shift, you want to go home and smoke weed and eat. See how it all connects? All your habits connect. You're too lazy. You don't want to pick up an extra job, to go from one job to another. You don't want to work night shifts. You don't want to go door dashing. You don't want to drive Uber. You think you're too good for that because you're either coping, saying you're too arrogant, but really you're too lazy. So being lazy is the #1 culprit, because laziness leads to arrogance, bro. I know a lot of lazy people who are extremely arrogant. I know a lot of lazy people say, man, I'm not doing that. Man, I'm not going to DoorDash on the weekends. Man, I don't want to do that, bro. Man, you know, what do I look like picking up other people, being somebody else's taxi driver? Bro, Uber and DoorDash, bro, I make upwards of $1,500 a month Uber and DoorDashing, and I don't even do it that much. Mostly just DoorDashing, but like still, bro. Humble yourself, bro. But arrogance is really a cope for laziness, bro. It's just a cover-up. I see right through that. People are scared to start a business because they're too lazy to take on the stress and the content creation that comes with owning a business or starting a business. You see what I'm saying? So I hope y'all kind of sat through this whole video, but all those things I just said will keep you poor. Humbling yourself, knowing that you're not too good for any way to make money. Bro, I've worked blue-collar work before, construction, fishing boats, bro, all that, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's cool seeing a different side of things. You know what I'm saying? It's cool because I look forward to nice guy was trying to let me go. He didn't know I was parked. But yeah, bro, I've worked a lot of jobs, bro. Construction for $50 an hour at one point when I wasn't in school. Moving fish off a fish truck. You know what I'm saying? Because anything, and bro, that pays like $600 a day. Blue collar work pays a lot, bro. But a lot of you guys, that college education has made you think that you're too good to work blue collar. Society has made us disrespect blue collar workers when America runs on blue collar workers, bro. See all this stuff that's all around me, bro? Blue collar workers built that whole thing. Yet you people have zero respect for blue collar workers. My whole family was a bunch of blue collar workers, and we turned out all right. You know what I'm saying? We all never went without. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people I know blue collar workers, and they do very, very, very well for themselves. But a lot of y'all look down on blue collar workers because that society has made you disrespect them. Society has made you too arrogant to think that you're too good to go sweat and work. That's the other thing. But really, you're just too lazy to really go out and do that stuff because your degree and the education system has made you soft. But you think you're too good to go out and you know, shovel snow, or you're too good to go out and plow a road. You're too good to go out and build a house and sweat. You're too good to go out and stand in the sun or lug rocks from here to there. A lot of y'all think y'all too good for it, but that's why you'll stay bad in a bad situation, because you're really too lazy and you cover it up with being too arrogant to think that you don't have to, you're too good to work different jobs, Uber, DoorDash, blue collar, whatever. That's why you guys are in bad situations, because you're too lazy, you're too arrogant, you have bad habits, you spend money on weed and alcohol, you spend money on covers, going out to clubs. That'll get you 3-4 nights a week. It adds up quick. So if you guys relate to this video, take inventory of your life, bro. Cut the weed, cut the alcohol. Or if you do it, I'm gonna give y'all a challenge, and I'm gonna leave y'all with this. Tally up how much money you spend on BS, then get back to me. Peace out, y'all. CG signing out, man.